Over the last 2 decades, the fantasy genre has really come home and become a part of mainstream popular culture. I've been a fan of the genre ever since I picked up my first novel back in 1988, and I've been in love with it ever since. To me, as a fan and a reader, I want to be transported to strange and magical lands, places we only imagined in our dreams, offering me that suspension of disbelief. Amazing visionaries like Tolkien and Martin created such vivid and fantastical worlds that just draw you in and make you a believer. I'm deeply inspired by those works of fantasy like Dungeons & Dragons novelizations, The Lord of the Rings, and A Game of Thrones. There were unique qualities about each of them that captured my imagination. It compelled me to create something of my own. I imagined a place with a deep lore of Lord of the Rings, the organized system of magic of D&D, and the political intrigue and character-driven plot of A Game of Thrones. When I set out on this project back in 2004, it was a simple idea: magic and prophecy. From these simple premises, an entire world grew in my mind. A world of magic, mystical creatures, a pantheon of gods, compelling characters, and an intrinsic political landscape. What resulted was the unique world of Tinil'Gan and the premise of my novel, Souls of Magic's Dawn. A place where magic is powerful and prevalent, but governed. Where gods and goddesses are present, but imperfect, and where their will is carried out in the form of political machinations, either directly or indirectly. I want to share these wonderful characters and places with everyone. I don't want them living in my mind anymore. I want them to come alive in the minds of others. Souls of Magic's Dawn and the Covenant of Souls saga has tones that will resonate and ignite the imagination of anyone who loves The Lord of the Rings, A Game of Thrones, or Dungeons & Dragons. Nothing would bring me more joy than someone falling in love with fantasy through my books as I did when I first started reading those classics, as well as connecting with fans and lovers of fantasy on a very personal level. It is my sincere hope that you will join me and others on this adventure throughout this realm, in this book and in the future books to come in the saga.